least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball.
So what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On second down, it's Barnes. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He wasn't ready.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And that's complete. It's green here. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
58, the mic. Rip right. The 16-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights. Rex are able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jets will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
I smell fear in that offense.
On second down and 4, Wilson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
56, right there, 56.
They run it again with Chubb. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 37 on first and 10. Brissett. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. Snead's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's into the clear. 30. 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown.
Every time, fellas. I'm going to score.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And it's 21-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Wild Bill. Whip. Watch the whip.
On 2nd down now, it's Barnes. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Alex Barnes, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And New York set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Now Chubb. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
65.
It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Wilson. Green brings it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly. Allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Back.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He's going to loft one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 36, Brissett. That's caught by Howard. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. That turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna... Hey, 0. Alert 3.
And again, it's Chubb. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they open the lead up now to 25. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Brissett. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch the shift.
Again, it's Brissett. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sammy Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Rabbit.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. It's complete to Snead. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brissett again. And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
7 yards there and a first down. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Garyon Conley. He's at the 30. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Brissett sets to throw it. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
I got you. I got you.
On first down, Barnes. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Here's Brissett.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistent. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 19-yard line.
55! You ain't going nowhere.
They run. Chubb. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. Win at it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to